There's the hard way to stop drinking alcohol and there's the easy way to stop drinking alcohol. And in this video, I'm going to break down 7 tips that will make stopping drinking so much easier. These tips are going to be easy to use, they're going to be fast to implement, and in fact, as soon as you finish with this video, I promise you, it will already feel easier. So if you've already stopped drinking or you're thinking about taking a break from alcohol, you definitely want to watch this video in full. How do I know these work? Well, I've not drank myself for over 6 years. After 10 years of going to AA meetings, trying to use willpower, stopping and starting all the time, I struggled for 10 years. And all 7 tips are things that I've applied in my own life. But not only that, in my Sober Clear coaching program, where I work with business owners and professionals and I help them stop drinking, that program has over a 92% success rate. All 7 tips are things that I teach to my private clients, and I'm going to give them to you today for free. And in fact, tip number 5 has made my client Joe an extra $50,000. So it's going to be even better than just stopping drinking. These tips could change your entire life. So let's jump into it. The first tip is to change the way that you view alcohol. So the 10 years that I struggled to stop drinking alcohol, think about it like this. If you see alcohol as something that makes your life better, is something that you enjoy doing, and is something that you're really gonna miss if you stop drinking, what do you think it'll be like when you actually stop? It's gonna be tough, right? It's gonna be hard. Nobody wants to say goodbye to something that they really like. And if you do feel right now like it will be something that's hard to say goodbye to, that's fine. That's the way I felt. That's the way most people feel. However, if you're able to change your perception and change the way that you actually view alcohol, and you start to see it as something that doesn't enhance your life, it's actually something that reduces the quality of your life, then guess what starts happening? Well, stopping drinking doesn't become this fight and this battle and this thing where you need to use willpower. Instead, it becomes a very easy and logical decision. Now, again, this is what I've helped over 400 clients do in my program. And the actual process of reframing alcohol is obviously what I teach. But if you want to see how I help my clients do it, I've created a free video training that you can access. And if you click the link in the description, and just put in your name and email address, then a new video will start playing that shows you how my new method helps people reframe the way they view alcohol. Like I said, my method works with over a 92% success rate. There's nothing for sale in that video. It's pure value, so just click the link in the description if you want to watch that video. But that's my first tip, is to change the way that you view alcohol, because then it becomes a more easy and logical choice. Now, the second tip I've got for you is not going to be helpful for everybody, but this changed the game for me. So in the past, when I tried to stop drinking alcohol, I always told myself that I was trying, right? I was never stopping, I was just trying. I was having a break. So in my mind, I'd never made a true decision. So what it meant is that there was always this reservation in my head that one day I'd go back to drinking. So then what would happen is, I might stop drinking for 3 months, and whatever reason why I stopped drinking in the first place had now disappeared. So let's say I'd put on weight, let's say I'd upset my partner and she was mad at me. After about 3 months, everything would kind of settle. I'd be in better shape, I might have more money, I'd be making more money, business was doing better, maybe my missus wasn't upset with me anymore. And as soon as that pain went away, because I was just trying to stop drinking, then guess what happened? Well, the idea of having just one drink would go back into my head again. I'd have that one drink, and then slowly but surely I'd start dismantling everything until the cycle repeats. And that was pretty much the cycle of my life. So one thing I'm going to encourage you to do is, and I know this is going to sound hard right now, but instead of trying to stop drinking, is once you've changed the way that you view alcohol, is actually make a decision, right? Make a decision that you're going to have a final drink, and then that's it. You're going to put it behind of you. And it just makes things so much easier, because you make a clear cutoff point where you say enough is enough, you make a decision, and then you just put it behind of you and move on with your life. Now, I know that might sound scary, but that just changed the game for me. I just made a decision. I said, that's it. I'm done with this. I'm never looking back. And everything was just so much easier. Now, again, that only works if you've changed the way you view alcohol. So definitely click the link in the description, stick in your name and email address, and watch that video training after this one, because once you've kind of learned how to do that, then the decision becomes a lot easier. Anyway, tip number 3 is to find an accountability partner. Now, there are a few ways to do this. One way is to actually leave a comment on this video. How about we do this? If you want an accountability partner, leave a comment down below, and then you can all talk to each other in the comment sections, exchange details, email addresses, and maybe that would be a good way for you to find one. So if you're interested in one of these, leave a comment down below. That's one way to do it. Another way that people find accountability partners is having a sponsor in Alcoholics Anonymous, right? In a way, that's an accountability partner. AA is not something that I do. It's not something that worked for me. I don't want to label myself an alcoholic. I don't want to go to meetings for the rest of my life, but you can see why it works. Because when you kind of tell yourself, I'm going to make a change, but you never tell anybody else, then if you sneak in a drink or two here and there, then, it is what it is. You don't keep your word to yourself. But when you've made that commitment to another human, then you're not just letting yourself down, right? We can let ourselves down and kind of get on with things, but we don't want to let other people down. So an accountability partner can make a huge difference. See, I'm a qualified personal trainer, right? That was my previous career. The first time I stopped drinking alcohol, I built a personal training business. Health and fitness has changed my life. However, to this day, I still have my own personal trainer, because I truly believe in the accountability aspect of having somebody in my corner that's texting me saying, yo, Leon, why have you not been to the gym in the past 2 days? And it's like, damn, you're right. I promise you I do this program. And so I know I don't want to let my personal trainer down. So it makes a huge difference. And if you ask me, it's one of the best things that you can spend your money on is coaching, is accountability, is getting people in your corner that will hold you accountable to a higher standard. So, and when it comes to finding a good coach or a good accountability partner, more often than not, you want to find somebody that's either at your level or they're a little bit above and they've kind of got what you want. So if you want to find an accountability partner for stopping drinking, it's better if you find someone that's already sober. One mistake I see a lot of people do here is they'll try and use their spouse as an accountability partner, and that's the person that they drink with. That is a blooming recipe for disaster. But finding an accountability partner can make a big difference. Tip number 4 is to not hide from alcohol. And what I mean by this is what we don't want to do is stop drinking. And then, just like if a friend calls us up, say, Leon, I'm going to a bar tonight. Do you want to come? And I'm like, I don't know, there's going to be alcohol there. Right, here's the problem with this. What you're doing is you're putting alcohol on a pedestal. And you're actually telling yourself that this thing that you've given up is something that needs to be avoided because there's such a strong pull towards it that you might end up drinking again. And that is a nasty conversation that you have in your own head. We don't want to do this. We don't want to avoid alcohol. We want to change how we view alcohol, see it as something that is the most easy and logical thing to not do, to not put in our bodies, and then live our life as normal. We do not want to avoid alcohol. We want to go to bars. I go to bars very regularly. I go to restaurants very regularly. Well, I don't go to bars as much, but I go to restaurants where alcohol is served. I might go to play bowling where alcohol is, or go to play, pool, billiards where alcohol is. I don't care if alcohol's there. However, I only do things that I actually enjoy doing. So you would never find me in a nightclub because I don't like dancing. But if I like dancing and I liked, EDM music that's super loud in your face and alcohol was there, but I was there to do something I enjoyed, it's a different story. The last thing I'm doing is putting myself in an alcohol-fueled environment where I don't want to be. But what I never do is I never hide from alcohol. If let's say there's somebody that I really want to meet and they're going to meet a bunch of people in a bar, everybody's going to be drinking, but I'm there to do something that I really want to do, I'm not going to hide from alcohol ever. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, the 5th thing is, this is going to sound a little bit weird, but once you're on this path, and you're not drinking, don't focus on not drinking. Don't focus on it, right? Just make the decision. And then what you want to do instead is focus on a vision for your life. During the 10 years that I struggled, this is something that I missed out on every single time. What I would do is I would make my life about not drinking. I'd avoid places, I'd avoid bars, and it was almost like that was my number one achievement, to not drink. And I don't want to be critical. And if that's you right now, and that is your number one achievement, congratulations, I'm pumped for you. And it is an achievement, right? I'm not discrediting it, but I didn't want my number one achievement in my life to be not drinking, because that's like the first step to a better life. And what you do after stopping drinking is where it counts. So instead of making stopping drinking your big achievement and the thing that you're proud of, is start getting some bigger, some more exciting goals. Stopping drinking is easy. To me, it's not an achievement. It's just a simple decision to make. And that was it. I was done. Sure, I did struggle for 10 years, so at the beginning, it was quite a big achievement, but after a few months, a few weeks, and things had normalized, and I was like, all right, well, this is my new life, I guess. I wanted to start setting bigger goals, fitness goals, right? Business goals, goals for my YouTube channel. I wanted to make this the focus instead. So try to start having a vision for your life, right? Once you've got rid of alcohol, what could you get that you don't currently have? Maybe it's a family, maybe it's a business, maybe it's setting a better example in your local community. I don't know what your goals are. If you want to leave me a comment down below, then definitely do that. But this is something that I was talking about earlier. Joe, one of my clients, he started getting promotions at work. I think he almost doubled his salary within the first year because now he has goals, now he has visions. And he sent me a spreadsheet of the money he saved on drinking, plus the promotions, plus some extra work that he'd be doing on the side. And it was at least $50,000. And that was a number of months ago. So it's probably even higher now. And this is the thing, when you focus on the future, when you start having a vision for your life, there's no limit. In fact, something I've never shared before is I actually have a client who had a startup when he stopped drinking alcohol worth $0, and no joke, it is now worth over $200 million. Now, for privacy reasons, I can't share his name or the company or anything like that. And in fact, I'm not even going to share the exact valuation because I don't want to out this person. But that's the kind of things that can happen when you make the future the focus instead of making not drinking alcohol the focus. Pretty damn cool, right? The sixth tip I've got for you is that if you fail, if you make a mistake, if you have a slip up, please, for the love of God, do not beat yourself up. If you beat yourself up after a slip up, guess what happens? Well, it can become this nasty negative spiral. You get drunk one night, and then if you beat yourself up, guess what? You feel bad about yourself. You wake up the next day, you're like, well, do you know what? Screw it. If you have a slip up on this journey, accept it, right? Accept it. And the best thing that you can do is try and learn from it. Try and figure out what went wrong in your mindset, right? Was there a day where you just felt, right, really angry, and then, you had the idea of drinking, and then what a terrible example, but you get the point. We want to try and reflect. We want to figure out what went wrong, and we want to figure out what led to the decision to drink. How did things build up? Had it been building up over the course of a month? So in that month, did we have a month where we could have, maybe found help, right? Maybe joined my program. We could have had a month where we felt weak, but we just kind of let it slide, and then slowly, and then bang, we drink. So really try and reflect on what happened. And the seventh tip that I've got for you is don't do this alone. If you want help stopping drinking, it's cool. I don't know why everybody wants to do everything alone these days, because the most successful people I've met, they ain't trying to do anything alone. They're looking for help, they're hiring experts, they're joining communities, they're getting coached. So my recommendation for you is don't try and do this alone. For some people, they're going to find success in AA. That's not for me. And for the 400 clients that I've helped, they found that success in my Stop Drinking program, in the Sober Clear program. Now, if you want to see if the program could be a good match for you, then you can click the link in the description to book a free roadmap call. How it works is me or my team will get on a short call with you. We'll understand your current situation. We'll discuss a personalized plan for you to follow. And then at the end of the call, you can either implement that plan on your own, or we can work together. If we're definitely sure we can help you, we'll invite you to actually join the program. The program's not for everybody. We usually work with high-level professionals, with business owners, for people who seriously want more for their life. We're not for people who want to sit around and watch Netflix and change nothing. But if you want to see if the program could help you, then just click the link in the description, book one of those free calls, or go to soberclear.com. And if you click this video on the screen right now, you can learn why everybody is stopping drinking. Have a great day.